Hello, I want to do a quick video talking about how tonight I went to see my favorite comedian, Jerry Seinfeld, in person doing a live stand-up comedy show. It was so much fun. It was so awesome, and I'm really glad I got to go. Like, I'm a massive Seinfeld fan. Like, during my late high school, early uni days, like Seinfeld was on TV, and like when it was coming out, it was like the show that I loved. Like, I would um, tape every, like, I think I pretty much taped every episode, or I don't remember, because I think I used to have, I used to work at the library, a part-time job during uni, and I would set the tape to record it, and then when I get home I would watch it and stuff like that. So good. I'll show you some of the DVDs that I bought, the series from the series. I don't know. I got a whole bunch of them. So many of them. I love Seinfeld. Like, it's one of those shows I really love. It's cool because I've had such good times with that show. Because watching it with my family as well. Like, I still remember the very first episode I put on for my family to watch was the one where they're trying to find their car in the parking garage. And after that, I think my parents were converted onto that. They just loved it because it was just so funny. And they could understand like the humor and stuff like that. And yeah, I watched it, and my sister grew up watching it because I was always watching it, and so yeah, we always talk about the jokes and stuff like that. And I never actually, I never thought I would actually get a chance to see Seinfeld doing stand-up comedy live in person. Like, I didn't think that was something that would be possible to do. But then last year I heard that he was gonna have a show in Australia in August. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. But then I was like, oh damn it, we plan to go to America in August because to visit relatives. I was like, oh, that sucks. So I even booked annual leave for August, and I was like, oh damn it, he's coming here and I'm going over there. Oh well. So then time passed, and the show's probably sold out, whatever. And then it turned out my sister got married, and not got married, she got engaged. And so they were going to have the wedding in December. And so the relatives that we're going to visit in August, they're actually coming to Australia in December. So we didn't like have to visit them because we're going to see them so soon. And plus, my sister and family will be busy getting ready for the wedding and stuff like that. So it turned out that I didn't have to go to America. But then I thought, oh well, I missed out on tickets. But then my sister told me that they got two new shows were announced, and I was like, oh, awesome! So I quickly went and got tickets because I was thinking, how often am I going to get a chance to do this? So I'm really glad I passed Twin like a few months ago who bought the tickets. I'm glad I decided to do that. So I bought tickets for myself, my sister, and Jeff as well, her fiance, to come watch. I'm really glad because it's fun to go and share this kind of thing with them as well. So funny. So tonight we went, and it was packed. It was at Hisense Arena, which is this tennis court place in the city, and it was packed, full on packed. Like, so many. There was like extra chairs set up and stuff like that. It was amazing. It was so full, and that's like every night it would have been like that, I'm sure. And he was so funny. Like he just came out, like, I mean, there was an intro act, one of his friends was the intro act who kind of warmed up the crowd a little bit, and then when it's time for him to come, he just came out and just started talking. It was so cool. And it was awesome, like, when you watch a movie and it doesn't feel short, like, it was like that. It was like, his show just felt like went a good while, good solid ages. Like, it wasn't like, and during the show I was thinking, man, he keeps on going, because I'm not used to that. Like, often, like, you do a stand-up comedy and it seems like they're like trying to stretch out their jokes to last an hour or something, but he just like had so many jokes, and they were so funny. I swear I was like tears coming out of my eyes, like, from laughing so much the whole time. And every single one of his jokes was so funny. Like, there wasn't any jokes that kind of made me not laugh. They were all so good. Because that's why he's my favorite comedian. Like, I just love his humor. Like, I watch a lot of other stand-up comedy acts, and I don't know, like, I'm not in tune with their humor or something like that, but with Seinfeld, he's right up my alley. Like, all the stuff he talks about is just so funny. He's just making observations about life, but the way he talks about them is just so funny, and, it's really interesting. I love it. I can't get enough of it. So glad I went. And Lisa and Jeff loved it as well. They were just cracking up the whole time. It was so funny. I'll show you a couple pictures and stuff. I took a few photos. Sorry. I should have. Oh, okay, here's one. It's pretty dark, but because we're sitting on the side of the area, so that's where he was standing. So we weren't too far from him, but we're on the side, and then there's a screen where you can see like him talking. So that's if you can't make it out. This is us outside. There was a picture of Seinfeld, a poster outside High Sense, so that's me, Lisa, and Jeff there. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's. So there's no way I can talk about all the jokes that he's talked about, but they were just so funny. Like, yeah, awesome. And like the cool thing was like I had not heard any of those jokes except the one. There was only one that I had heard before about how saying how at night time everything suddenly looks really. All the infomercials suddenly seem really good. Like suddenly he feels like he wants a shoe, a knife that can cut through a shoe or something like that. Oh man, he talked about all these jokes like about how cookies are like in the morning you are strong and they are weak, but they get at night they are strong and you are weak. Things like that, and like how they're like soldiers like in a row. He had so many. Oh, I don't know. I can't really do justice by talking about it. But just his delivery was perfect. It was so fun. It was so awesome. Like I'm so glad I went. It was one of those awesomest nights ever. I just really, really enjoyed it. I'm really, really glad I went. So I wanted to just do a video just to talk about that. Really, that I got to see him doing stand-up comedy in person, and it was something that was really cool that he was saying, like kind of a bit of wisdom. I took it as wisdom, like I don't know how you can put it into words, like basically saying it sounds really bad when he says it. That everyone's just trying to fill up time, like even this show tonight, it's just like we just made up this thing so we can say that we're out, and also I don't know how to say it without sounding stupid, but when he said it just kind of makes sense and stuff like that. But another thing he just said, like he the reason he's here doing this show, he could be doing anything, but it's because he loves it. He loves doing stand-up comedy, which I thought was really cool. Like he's probably made zillions of millions of dollars from his show, but he chooses to do stand-up, which is what he started with. So I really like that. Like he must really love it. Must really, really love it. What else did he mention? Another thing he mentioned that I took took it to heart was like he was saying that like it sounds bad when I say it now, but when he said it didn't sound that bad because that's what his jokes are. It was always picking at things. He was saying everyone's life sucks. We're all everything's crap, but yeah, like even his life is like that as well. Like it sounds really sad when I say like that, but it's not like that. But he's basically saying like there's really no difference. Like he could be, yeah, basically he was saying, yeah, there's nothing much difference between like him or us and stuff like that, even though he's like rich in that. Like he's saying like when you go to a fancy restaurant, he's like, what's the difference between like that and getting like a hot dog at a game? Like they're both, I don't know, he was saying something that there isn't that much difference between great and crap or something like that. There isn't that much difference between it, which I thought was kind of philosophical in a way. Like everyone loves things that are really awesome and great like that, but really I don't know how to. When I heard it, I thought, oh, that's really cool to look at it that way. So it's not like that big of a deal where there's something's like the super high class restaurants and stuff. He said he didn't really like that experience compared to like just something simpler or something like that. I don't know. It's so much better when he says it, but when I listened to it, I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, it was cool. I really like the show a lot, and he comes across as really I like him. I really, really like him. Sounds like a cool guy. Not like a fake person in a way. Like he kind of says it how he is or how he thinks about things. I like it a lot. Yep. He was talking about relationships and his marriage and things like that, and kids and things like that as well, and also today's technology and stuff like that. Like he was talking about like mobile phones and all that stuff, which is kind of cool because how Seinfeld was in the 90s, and I always wondered what kind of jokes they would be making if they were around nowadays, like what kind of things. And then I got to hear his jokes about like how like Facebook, and you're scrolling through your Facebook feed like you're some kind of gay king going, whoa, who deserves my attention today? But the way he does me when he does it is so much funnier. And and he was talking about phones, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just so good. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So yeah, yeah, I'm really glad I got to see him perform live. His stand up live. It's like it's up there with getting to see Michael Jordan play basketball live or something like that. Just someone that's really, really, really awesome doing the thing that they're good at. Yeah, so I'm really glad I got to do it. So that's all for the video. Oh, uh, when I was leaving, I saw one of the people that was watching the show. He had a David Puddy jacket, you know, the 8-ball jacket. He was actually wearing the jacket, the 8-ball jacket, and when I tapped him on the shoulder, I go, I like your jacket. He actually did the thing. Because that's what David Puddy did. So like, S the 8-ball. Oh, did you guys see I'm wearing Superman t-shirt? It's because Jerry Seinfeld loves Superman. There's a fact for you. Everyone knows that already. Alright, see ya.